Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for my client Saif's vlog, and we're starting off a new training block here. And he got, for his 5+ set, we got 6 reps on the squat, so we're happy with that. He's also let me know he will be changing jobs in the near future, so that will massively impact his recovery. So we're looking forward to that. We're going to make some changes here coming up, and I think things are going to go even better than they have been. He is currently slowly losing weight again, so lifts are going to go up much slower. And keeping in mind, guys, people have pointed that out. Well, he needs to lose weight. Well, he has lost a lot of weight. We do it in phases. Okay, this is again a guy who has never bulked really since he's been training. Okay, he's only stayed at the same weight or lost weight. So, and he's still at intermediate. Even though you guys see him doing 6 reps with like 400 pounds on the squat. And it has to do with his training time and the rate that we can progress. Like he actually gains strength while in a deficit still, okay? Sometimes week to week. So afterwards, we're doing his assistance work with the safety bar. And like I said, I'm gonna run him on this programming for a while, but I'm hoping we can change his programming style around quite a bit once he changes jobs. And we can take all that stress off his body, the stress off the biceps, everything else that he gets. Because basically he carries stuff all day long. So when people ask, why do we have the bicep issue? Well, he carries things, picks things up all day long. Okay, creates a problem here. This is why he gets so much tendonitis and stuff in his biceps. That's why we only do band work for them. But on his squat day, because we have a squat bench and a deadlift day right now, he does his assistance work with the safety bar. Again, easier on the shoulder, easier on the biceps. And the thing that we've noticed is since he used the safety bar so long, he's just as strong on the safety bar as on the straight bar. But, realistically, we should be a little stronger on the straight bar, but a lot of people get strong at the safety bar. I tend to be at that place myself. You guys have seen me squat, up into the 500s with the safety bar. All right, afterwards for his accessory work, we do belt squats on the belt squat machine, and notice the deep range of motion he gets here. And then we do seal rows afterwards. And I've had a lot of people ask me, what's the point of deeper squatting movements? Does it build more muscle or is it just harder? It's like, no, it builds more quad. It builds more quadricep. In theory, adductor. And the same thing on the wider stance. If you can get deep with a wide stance, that is one of the best adductor exercises you can do. Okay, but the squat is a major adductor exercise. We could argue the adductor may be more important for a max squat than the quads are. Yeah, if we're talking about a power squat, possibly even an Olympic squat. And then, of course, he does reverse hypers. Now that we have one, we're going to use this thing religiously, and I think it's going to bring his deadlift up quite a bit. Although there's some technical issues that we're working on with the deadlift, I'm trying to get him to grasp, because he does have a tendency to do things like, well, this seems to feel better, so this is what I do, when it's not always the best way to deadlift, such as not pulling the slack out of the bar, some of the grip widths he uses and so on. So on bench day, we got 6 reps on our 5+ day at 85%, which is good. And he said really his bicep was bothering him on this, or he might have been able to get more. So again, we always deal with that bicep. But as we already know, career change will work wonders for that. All right, for his assistance work for this, we just do more benching. He's doing really wide on his normal bench now. We used to only do closed grip. And then I'm having him do pinkies on the rings for the assistance work, because again, we get better wrist stacking, we get better mechanical tension on the pecs at the bottom. It will build more chest. And he's got a lot of tricep, right? I'm not worried about triceps right now for him. We just do band work for those. For Saif, just building more pec. It's going to bring that bench up. Pecs and delts. So this is what we do. We do pinkies on the rings, and of course he's able to get a good arch, and he's a big guy, so his range of motion is not very big on these. Right, it's not very big. It's one reason, again, it's the slightly shorter arms, one reason we run into issues with the deadlift a little bit. And I'm trying to get him to learn to work around those leverages. All right, afterwards he did seal rows on this day. Again, we've got to bring up that upper back. And then, of course, we do some band work. And, of course, he also did some football bar benching. And it should have been further up, but I just put these in the order he sent them to me. I'm having him do some band pull-aparts to work those rear delts and to keep his shoulders healthy, because we do have some history of shoulder inflammation here. Again, keep in mind, guys, this is someone who has a very physically demanding job and has a history of injuries while training. This is one reason he's still an intermediate. It's like he trained for 2 months, get hurt, and have to quit. And we've avoided that for the most part while I've had him for all these months. Right, we just made nice continual progress without injuries, but we have to do prehab work. We have to do a lot of deloads for him due to the things going on in his life. So we follow up with the band press downs, and of course here's a set of his football bar benching. Again, just working a little more pec and tricep from a different angle so that we get some movement pattern variation in here. So I always tell you guys, what's the best way to build a muscle? Do 2 different good lifts for it. All right, 2 different good lifts. There is no best exercise. All right, for deadlifts, he managed to get 5 with this, but again, he ran into the issue because he's strapped up. He gripped a little too narrow. He struggles a little with the lockout accordingly, and it has to do with the size of his thighs and everything. And then if he's too narrow, his shoulders are going to be too rolled forward. All right, and that's going to be problematic. Okay, that's going to be a problem. So these lockouts are not complete. And of course, he said he felt strained, like he would hitch if he went for a 6 rep. So, we're at a point where, due to some techniques, some setup, some things that he needs to work on, his squat is as strong as his deadlift. Because, we're in the same weight territory there as we are on his squats. All right, we're now working the good mornings a lot more, good mornings and reverse hypers. Because, again, these will also bring up the deadlift tremendously. So, good mornings, he's slowly easing into it. He's noted that now that I've got him healthier and everything more mobile, that he can do these pain-free. He used to not be able to do good mornings because they created such an enormous tension in his hamstrings that he couldn't function. Like it would become painful. But now we've got him to where he can do them. He's noticed they're pain-free, right? We've increased hamstring mobility, hamstring size, and now he's able to do these. He's able to do these more effectively. So we're going to keep pushing those up. Of course, then he does some seal rows for that upper and middle back. All right. And I've got his bicep curls in here too, because we do some very high rep tendon work for his biceps on his deadlift day right now. So here's his set of that. And then we finish up with reverse hypers. Since he has one, we're going to use it religiously. We're going to use it all the time. And we should use it all the time. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.